And we are recording. How are you, Mr. Jerwin Parker? What happened to
I
the
am
Roberto? You forgot your
Robert.
Roberto. Nakalimutan mo na ang pagiging Pilipino.
I'm good. I'm honestly, I'm really good. I've just recovered from a massive leg injury. Finally out and about walking again. How are you?
Leg injury. Really good. Yeah, exciting for me.
Do you want to dive deep into some of this exciting stuff?
That's funny because last year when I don't really do. I've stopped doing New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
But it was more on the kind of direction or more of the orientation this year, and I felt it's going to be more of a putting things outside because I have for the previous years I've been working inside, just but now it's more bringing it out. So it's going to be like productive, busier, and it's starting to be like that. So it's interesting how much intention can affect things.
Yeah. So just for people to tuning in, last time we spoke was a couple of months ago actually, and you were on that like goallessness path. Like, did anything change since we last spoke? I know you wanted to talk about some of your findings.
Yeah, this year I'm doing a different experiment.
Okay.
It's still related, but so if you can look at it as a spectrum, there's the really goal focused list. I know what I want, bullet points kind of being, and then there's the I don't list things. I'm kind of experimenting more in something in the middle, which I would call aspiration.
Aspiration.
Yeah, which I'm learning, still continue to learn from Agnes Callard. She wrote a book on it, and I read it, and I want to read it again. It's quite packed, but just the gist of it is that in this part where you have specific goals, it's like you know what you value, or the person knows what they value already, and then the question is just how do I get there?
How do you get there? Okay.
Whereas with aspiration, it's a rational way of learning what to value. So it's not like what I value is fixed. What I value changes as I go along, as I got to know it more. So it's not just finding out how to get to that thing that I already know I want. It's also the more I go into it, the way I want it, the way I value it, the way I appreciate it also changes. So that's the experiment, my experiment at least. Yeah.
I like that. So you were talking about like the aspiration part of it. You're fixed on a certain value, but then as you learn more about it, you can either grow or you can like explore a different sort of thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say fixed. It's more like well, there's a start somewhere. It could be by accident. Like
There's a basis.
I discovered Krav Maga because a friend, and then as I learned Krav Maga, it deepens in that, and then I wrote an essay on it, and I used singing as an example. So when I started with singing, with essay sing over Zoom, it was because the pandemic, people were trying stuff, and I thought I got time, and this could be useful. Curious, I've not really sang properly, and I've never learned how to, and I thought maybe it was just a curiosity, and now 3 months in, I'm like quite deep in it. There's a lot of things about it that's like, whoa, when I started, I wouldn't have no clue.
Yeah.
Like the anatomy, the diaphragm, and the psychology. It's so many, and the community, singing in community, making friends, and
So
it's just deepening. And now we're even it's like a gym. So even on Tuesday nights, we're learning African songs
Yeah.
from South Africans are zooming. They're different from different parts of Africa, but they're currently based in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But they teach us their songs
Oh, that's awesome.
and their music, and it's one of the set.
Mm.
Yeah. So what happened?
Sorry, Ollie, the internet cut off a little bit there. I missed the last 5 seconds of that.
Yeah, yeah. It, I was just asking, what was the story behind your leg injury?
The story. Okay, so basically
Mm.
it was a really long day. So I was training legs that morning, right? Now you're gonna think I injured it during the legs during leg day, but it wasn't. Had a whole like finished legs at 5 a.m. in the morning, and then I was on that basic grind.
5 a.m. What time did you start?
Um, Started around like 4:45, finished around 5:40 ish, and then had to go home,
Nice.
change for work, commute to work, do just do that same routine, and I was doing that for like what 4 or 5 months, um, with my small mate, and I went to work, and then after that we went back to have a dinner in the night, and we had a nice long walk around town hall. And then she was tired, and I was like, okay, no worries. We're going back to this train station now. I'll give you a carry. So I was carrying her back, and then one thing led to the other. I misplaced my foot, and then she landed. And then in a split second, I was like, oh, crap. You know, when you make that one mistake and like time stands still, and you're like, oh, shit. Um, I was like, okay, so it was like this massive steep step, that town hall. Um, and I was carrying her like this. And then I took the step and I was like, oh crap, this is a massive step. And then I had a split second, like, what do I land on? Like, I kid you not, time stood still. And it's like, I was like literally fight or flight response. I was like, where do I land? And then priority wise, like, I didn't want her to get injured at all. And so I was holding it like this. And then I sort of like, I was like, do I prioritize my knees or my like the bottom of my legs? I prioritized my knees because I did not want to
Yeah.
snap those knees. And then I just fell right towards the right of my ankle. And then I've pretty much snapped the left one. So both legs were pretty worn down. Spent the next couple of nights like in hospital. But in that time when I was laying in the ICU, um, the first night, like I was laying in bed, everyone was gone. It was like a deep reflection, you know.
Oh,
It's like I just entered a
serious.
new reality.
If you're in intensive care unit, it's kind of serious, huh?
Yeah, they put me in there just precautionary because they realized like, oh, crap, this guy fell down a massive step essentially, and they were like they put me there like checking my blood every 20 30 minutes. I was there with like all these other serious patients. They're like, oh crap, what's going on, you know. um, but yeah, it was an intense last couple of months, but I'm just glad to be back.
So it took 2 months to recover. Wow.
Nah, I'd say around three-ish. It's not. I'm not fully recovered yet,
Wow.
but I'm on the road. I'm just happy to be able to,
Mm.
just walk essentially, because having crutches and being immobile makes you more appreciative of what you do have. Yeah.
Yeah. So say more about the learnings that you had over this
Oh
period of
man,
convalescence, as they call it. Yeah.
I was doing a lot of thinking. I even thought about our conversation about goallessness. Like I was like, I was in this
Okay.
moment. I was like, in 100% grind mode. Like set routine, like, okay, I'm sacrificing this morning so I can have a better enjoyment later on throughout the day. So, that would mean sleeping earlier, like sleeping 9, 10 p.m. because I'd be tired by then and be waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, just to get stuff done before I head to work, get work done essentially, and then finish that off, and then just continuously repeating that. It really gave me a deep reflection, like, is this really what I want to be doing for the next X amount of years? Because sometimes in that mindset, I remember we had a conversation about it. It's like, okay, I know what I want, and I'm just gonna sacrifice to get there. But then I realized, like, you don't have to go on that conventional grind to get where you want, like, and find that happiness or that appreciation. You can find it like right now. Like, there's nothing stopping you. There's no set rules or set methods to follow to get where you want to be. Even when you get where you want to be, it's like, do you want to get there in the first place? So thinking about like your goal as this conversation is like, that's a good goal to have. It's sometimes to have, let life take you where you want to go. Just follow, um, try things, and then see where it takes you essentially.
Yeah, when you were talking about that, I'm reminded of two things. So I'm experimenting with the aspiration aspect, which
Yep.
we already talked about.
Yeah.
The second thing I'm experimenting with is, so I'm doing this with my bestie in Melbourne and my singing teacher, or who's also the founder. There's a few singing teachers in SE Sing, but we're aspiring to be super seriously fit this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
And
warms my heart.
also, it's like, we're we're just in this WhatsApp group, and then we're just checking in daily. Like, oh, I ate good today. I did.
Yeah.
It's nice just to have
I like that.
kind of contact point. And it's not like boot camp. It's more like friendly, like sharing the wins. Like, oh, I slept well, ate well, yeah. And also, like, I'm learning. So I'm doing. I'm learning piano at the. It's part of the singing journey. Like, there was a lecture in the SE Sing gym, where we were learning about how to get the pitch, improve my pitch, a singer's pitch. And there's this thing called subvocalization, where I'm thinking what the sound should be like. And that's where it kind of interferes with the right pitch.
Yeah.
And the best way to improve pitch is just to listen to the piano and just in real time copy the sound. So not think, what should I sing, but just actually hear the pitch and just resonate with it, copy it. So I thought, if I'm gonna do that, maybe I should just learn piano. So I enrolled at the conservatorium in Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing place, good teacher. And I invested in a keyboard, so in there. I'm also doing ballet at the Sydney Dance Company on Sunday mornings.
Wow.
It's also amazing.
Oh
yeah,
my
man.
gosh.
Like, I never thought how fit you have to be to do this dance. It's like full on, man. It's like it's like mastery over one's body.
Yeah.
The ballet. I mean, I'm just 2 lessons in, but already I'm feeling how the way because it's like position 1, position 2, and then there's like French names like fondue is to melt, and there's a movement it's like melting, and then there's like jeter, and it's like flicking, and it's like it's like so there's like precise movements, and it's like a big workout for me. It's like, whoa.
Oh, so do you feel like
core
Sorry, the internet cut off a little bit there.
Yeah, we'll just have to live with that, I think. Yeah, we'll just adjust with it.
So when you're saying like,
so that's
was you were feeling really winded after, like, it's a completely like like dead,
It's a workout for
like
me.
huffing and puffing up, huffing, and then you're just like, all you
Yeah,
want to do
because
is
there's
breathe,
like
sort of thing.
just jumping as well.
Yeah.
It's it the muscles are working, all the muscles in the body. So it's like burning calories for muscles. But there's also a jumping part where it's like it's also that's where it's like puffing and huffing and
Yeah.
puffing. So that's one thing. And the other thing I'm reminded of is because I was doing that in this WhatsApp group. One day I just messaged them, like I'm like parenting myself. In a way, like, all right, I'm gonna take you to ballet now. It's Sunday. All right, it's morning. You're gonna do your singing class. All right, I'll take you to piano class. It's like I'm parent. I'm like I don't have a child, right? But it's like I'm my own child, and I'm taking this body. Oh no, you can't eat sugar. No, you can't eat bread.
That's good.
Eat your veggies. It's like this. Yeah, it's like to me, it's like a kinder way of self-development. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, oh, so that's love camping, and it's like a mini confest where people have people do workshops, and one of the workshops was psychological boundaries by Prem and Kali.
Mm-hmm.
They have this company called Tribe, and they were talking about like this is me, but there's a lot of parts of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like my inner child. There's that part who got hurt. So there's a lot. There's like the introvert. There's like the extrovert
Extrovert.
in
Yeah.
me. They're all there, and it's like, and then the idea is to have your adult, my adult, be in front and everyone behind.
Yeah.
As a representative to the world, so that I can be clear about that's your thing. This is me. I'm gonna take care of my needs,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever's going on with you. So there's no merging. In
Yeah.
some relationships, people merge. It's like you're angry, I'm angry, but why am I angry? Because you're angry, but that's
You're
you.
angry. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're just mashed up, and there's no. It's either that or it's like, oh, I'm fully detached. I don't want to feel you. I'm just separate, total
Yeah.
separation. So this is more like I'm engaging with you, but I know when it's you and I know when it's
When
me.
it's me. Yeah.
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 So I was just when you were talking about, oh, maybe it's like you're pushing yourself hard. It's one part of you, and the other part just wants to rest. And
Yeah.
it's a way of having all these different parts get what they need, and
Yeah.
you need like someone to coordinate that, which
And
is
keep
like
that
the
and keep that
adult in you.
accountable. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like all right, I'll take you to piano, and then because it's hard, we'll go to the beach afterwards. You know what I mean? Like before tomorrow, so you just lay down on the beach and do nothing and just play
So,
because you worked hard.
yeah.
It's all internally happening inside me.
So you've got adult Ollie. It's like, okay, we are going to the beach now, and you're taking your, chillax, beach meditation sort of Ollie out. I was like, okay, we're going. And then when you're like, after you're feeling a bit sluggish, but you know to yourself, you need to get some exercise in. You're like, come on, we got dance coming up. Come on, let's go. I like that sort of. It's powerful to do that because you don't let your emotions, take over too much. You know what needs to be done and you do it essentially. And then far out, like,
And also, it's more like it's also more convincing people
yeah,
instead of colonizing them. I'm just
yeah,
gonna have this super dude silence.
yeah,
Just, let's talk about this. Yeah.
yeah. You're
Let's
convincing
work
yourself.
it out together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Rather than you have to do this,
So
you have to do that.
otherwise,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
yeah, I've done that before in the past and achieve a lot, but then when the deep parts of me are not getting what they need,
mm,
they just shut off the system. They could take over, and then I can't, and then I fall into depression, and
yeah,
You know, when the parts are not happy inside. Oh, you've achieved a lot. Then what's the purpose of that?
Mm. So, I actually wanted to talk about too.
By the thing.
You know, I was scrolling through many social media platforms, and a couple of times I got an ad, and I was like, this person looks familiar, right? And it was like in undies essentially. Oh, I was gonna stand up and show my undies, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it.
Wow.
I'm gonna keep it PG here. Um, um, walk me through that because you were like the main part of that ad. So for anyone listening, it's like you were a part of like the Bonds campaign, recent campaign, right? Across I think Australia. I saw it everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's I didn't know how big it will be. Anyway, yeah.
Walk me through that because it looked like such a like a weirder type of shoot. Like everyone was just in their undies. You had like all these different people there. Like I guess talk us I guess through that process
Oh,
and
I really had
your
an
experience.
amazing time.
Yeah,
An amazing time with that shoot. Everyone was like top people.
yeah,
The other cast,
yeah,
the director, all the so many people work on these things.
yeah.
It's for a 1 minute video. You wouldn't imagine.
How
You
long it
couldn't
took?
imagine how many. It was a. I mean, it's like it was a 2 day shoot,
Oh,
but so many people involved, and it's full days. But everything's precise. This
mm,
is what we're gonna do at this time. You and then you keep on doing it until they're happy because everyone's there. Like there's the director, the assistant directors, the camera people, the props people. I even had a stunt coordinator coordinate my stunt because in the ad I fell
yeah,
down,
yeah. I
so you
was
have to
gonna say,
coordinate.
how many times did you fall
Yeah,
down?
and then running down the hill, he showed me what to do so that I don't injure myself.
Yeah.
Then there's wardrobe, makeup. It's like then they feed you this catering, amazing catering.
Oh my gosh.
But I got there because it's weird when I heard in the past, when actors talk about how they got there and
Yeah.
actors or artists, and they talk about it's just the process, and it's true. The reason I got that is this: I just kept on auditioning. That's
Mm,
it. So whenever they call me for an audition, I just go.
yeah.
It's like 90% is just showing up. I just showed up, and then they picked me, and I just did it. And I was just professional. You tell me what to do, I do it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I even did one shot in one take, which is like unheard of. I was like, what? We're done? So that's when I thought, maybe I'm this. Maybe I'm good at acting. So that's when I from that experience said, yeah, because I used to do it just to. It's a good way of earning money while at uni
Hmm.
because you just do 1 or 2 days and you get paid a lot of money,
Hmm.
and that will sustain me for a while and until the next gig
Yeah.
comes. That's the thing with this kind of things. It's not like guaranteed the
Yeah.
income,
Yeah.
but once you get it, it's quite okay. So
Yeah.
it's it's also part of my experiment how to live in an anti-fragile way because Nassim Taleb said, or is reputed to have said, there are two dangerous things in the world, dangerously addictive things in the world. One is heroin, and the other is a monthly salary. Because once you get a monthly salary, you get used to it, and it rules you. Like
Yeah.
and you have the monthly mortgage, and you can't do anything new because you just have to keep on, every day. I mean, some people love that because it's stability, safety, regularity.
Security.
But
Yeah.
I was trying to do the opposite way where it's more volatile.
Yeah.
But how can I thrive in with volatile income?
Yeah.
So it was a one long experiment. People, like, as you know, I was a lawyer and stuff like that. So that was
Ah.
very stable and good job. But then I thought, I keep reading about all these anti-fragile things, all this black swan, and it's all theory.
Yeah.
maybe I should put this into practice and theory. So enough theory, in theory, there's no difference between practice and theory, but in practice, there's a difference.
So I guess with
So
that
it's
too,
one big experiment that's been going for years,
yeah. So with that big experiment, right? Like, what's been your experience really like with having that, what you say, that security and like a monthly salary versus your gigs now with the acting and like exploring your either your inner child or your like other passions that adult you is keeping yourself accountable for. I guess what would you say is like has been the biggest differences and your like was it worth it?
Yeah, I'm really having a great time. And again, we loop back to when we started this conversation about
Mm-hmm.
intention.
Yeah.
Facebook posting, oh, I have a desire to hang out with models and actors. And it happened. I was in this bunch, I was hanging out with models in their undies. It happened. A desire I voiced out 2 or 3 years ago. And I
Yeah.
was sitting in this, they have areas, the shaded areas for models. This is
Mm-hmm.
what they do. And I'm it's happened what I said 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But it happened in a plan. I mean, maybe my subconscious planned it, but surely it wasn't like step one is to do this, step two.
Yeah.
It's more fluid.
Yeah.
So one key learning is, which actually my meditation teacher in Clear Vision said, it doesn't matter how you do it if you can make it work. Like in I remember him give example like author Gabriel Garcia Marquez,
Mm-hmm.
Mexican, live in the time of cholera, and he writes in magic realism.
Mm-hmm.
I said, look at Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Supposedly there's a rule in writing novels. What's gonna happen at the end? But people still read novels. He found a way to make it work.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm finding a way to make this work.
Yeah.
Having irregular, different, many sources of income.
Yeah.
Like
And
ads, acting. Now I'm entering TV acting, and then massage. I could do lomi lomi. I'm writing. So, and yeah, I'm doing this writing, and people give tips. To all people who gave me tips, thank you. Like the thing is, I don't know who did because it only shows the amount of money, but not
yeah.
who gave it. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But anyway, thank you to everyone who's in the things I write. So at I did an acting gig with UTS Graduate School of Health for
Oh,
speech pathology students. That was really fun.
I saw
Yeah,
that on your Facebook. Oh my
something
gosh.
useful because they're helping them because they're like I think they're first year, so they're really early on in their studies, but
Mm-hmm.
they're given a simulation of what it's like to interact with real people
Mm.
versus just mannequins and stuff,
Yeah.
amongst themselves. This is like acting people.
That's good because then it prepares them, I guess, emotionally for what's to come. Oh, it gives them a rough idea anyway. So you mentioned there before you have
Yeah, so
like
that when they actually face
yeah,
real patients, they can have an idea. Yeah.
yeah. So walk me through. You've got an exciting. Oh, we'll just you can just tease it for now. But can you tell us anything about like that TV project that you were talking about? Just or is there any? I know you can't say much about it, but um,
I tell you what, this is the deal. We'll talk about it when it comes up.
yes,
Like with that Bonds thing, we filmed that last year
yeah.
before Christmas, and I couldn't tell anyone until it came out. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like,
I have
so
no idea.
when the thing comes out, then we can talk about it. Huh?
Awesome. No. I was just trying to see if there was any juicy details that we could get. But I know
Nah,
how it
nah,
is with like
nah, nah, nah.
with this kind of thing. Sometimes you have to keep it super under wraps.
Yeah, I mean, I was a lawyer before, so I was trying to keep confidential stuff. So
Yeah,
that helps. That training helps. Yeah, it's hard because like I couldn't tell anyone about the bouncing, and I was so excited inside, but I just kept it inside me until it
I like
came
that.
out. I was just in my room. Oh, this is so exciting, but I can't tell anyone. But that's the price you have to pay, for this kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Well, it pays off anyway. Like it came out of nowhere, and
Yeah,
everyone's
and I
like,
mean, when it comes
"What?"
out, it's still as new to everyone else. It's not new to me, but to everyone,
Yeah.
it's new.
Oh, by that point, you're already thinking, "Ah, come on, guys! I was already
Yeah,
excited
it's
about this ages
done.
ago."
Or you can just relieve the excitement, I suppose. Or I'm more excited about people's reactions actually,
Mm,
or the actual end result because I don't know how things get edited.
yeah,
You don't know. They take a lot of things, and you don't know what will end up in the final. So there's also a surprise element
yeah,
in the final cut. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I wanted to talk about now, like your time management, because you have so many things going on now. Like, how strict are you? Do you still use that same methodology in terms of your timing, or do you still try to keep yourself open to other things as well in terms of
Well, because I'm
priorities?
doing a lot of things, I've now become friends with the calendar again.
Yes, because I never
because
fully.
because in the past, when we talked about, I just try to keep it blank, but there's no
Yeah,
way to keep it blank,
yeah,
and I kind of need it now because otherwise I'll have to have all the things schedule things inside my head, and that's a waste of computing power.
time.
So
Yeah, yeah,
so I just put when we agree on this time, I just put it there so that when I wake up, I just look at the calendar. What am I gonna do? It's like parenting again,
yeah,
or like I'm the one for today. Ah, you got this. All right, and then just do it. I mean, it's still open in the sense that it comes in waves.
yeah,
So there seems to be this acting wave, and it will die down, and then I could do other stuff. And because it's not a job like it's every day.
yeah,
It there's a busy period, and it can die down, and then when it dies down, I can write more.
yeah.
So it's a different kind of productivity. I'm being productive without being bored because I switch from one area to another.
Another. Yeah,
So it's always new because it's different areas.
yeah,
So let's say the acting jobs are finished, then I can look at this Hawaiian massage because it's waiting for me
yeah,
to find a place to where I could do it. There's a few leads I have, and some people asking about it. It's just that at the time, right now, there's kind of no time at the
yeah.
moment, but I'm sure the time will come.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the design aspect, like I can design posters, and yeah, I was trained product design. So that's the thing. That's the beauty of having so many of these qualifications. I could just rotate
You
different.
can rotate around.
I
Yeah,
can
that's
just do,
awesome.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
awesome. Ah. Okay, so oh wow.
Yeah, and talking about calendar, so I'm gonna have a 10 o'clock Zoom. So we may have to cut
We'll wrap it
this,
up. Wrap it
but
up
we can
soon.
continue later. Yeah, that's the beauty of this technology. It doesn't it's not like TV where you have to be on at that particular time.
Yeah. I like your philosophy behind. I think it's everyone should give it a go once in their life. Is with your relationship with that calendar and not really, you know, sticking too much about what's going to happen. Like you just like what you said. Like today, it's like oh, like for our talk today, you put in the calendar and you just wake up. Oh, I got to do this. Like when you do something like that, like it's like you don't have to like think about it again. Like you just let the calendar do it. It pops up. It's like oh yeah, I remember this. I'll do it. A lot of people I feel like they schedule something and then they're thinking about it a lot too much. You know what I mean? Like not even just for a talk, but like say for an acting gig or for like an audition or a job interview. It's like oh I've got a job interview on Thursday, but it's like hey it's Monday. Like you do preparation, but like
Actually, the ad ad thing, it's a
yeah
good training because I never know. what it's
Yeah.
about until I get there. So
Yeah.
there's no chance to prepare.
You didn't prepare at all for
So
it,
I
right?
just
I was
rock
gonna ask
up.
you that actually.
No,
Like,
I just rock up, and then they tell you what to do in front of the camera right there. So there's no
ah,
script. There's no chance. There's not, which is
that's
good.
awesome.
That's why I like acting work, because I do it and it's done.
Yeah.
Like when I go home, it's not my problem anymore. I've done my
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was a lawyer, I'm going home. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, did I give the right advice? Should I check this? Should I? It's never ends. You know?
Did I miss anything? Did I not cover? Did I
Yeah, yeah.
read this?
Oh, I didn't consider that. Or oh, maybe I should read that case. Or
Yeah.
maybe the client say, and then they get emails all the time now.
Yeah. You're constantly in that.
Because with online, you keep getting the emails. It's not like, and you can't afford not to read them. So
I'm gonna ask you one last probing question, because I know we're running short for time.
yeah. And before we wrap this one up, and then we'll continue.
Yeah. You talk about online and like calendars and stuff, but what's your relationship with like notifications on your phone?
Oh, I've made peace with this social media thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm in it. I'll relate it to meditation. There's like a school of meditation where I'm gonna be out of this world. I'm gonna live in a cave. I'm gonna be in a hermit. I'm gonna be in this hermitage. I'm gonna be in this temple.
Mm-hmm.
The world. So I'm not of the school where, social media is bad. And you need people like more added people to be in there. Otherwise, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what
So
you
be
mean.
in the world, but not of it. So the trick is be in it, but then don't be consumed by it.
Yeah, don't just.
Plus, it's very useful. All these gigs, all these acting gigs, I got through social media. So if I wasn't there, I would have missed out on a lot of opportunities.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a way to, and it's always like that. Any new technology is demonized. When writing was invented, oh no, people won't be able to memorize, which is true, but then you get other benefits. Oh, when the novels came out, all these young ladies, they will not get married. They'll just be reading romance novels. There's always a moral panic when new technology comes in.
Yeah.
I think we're experiencing that moral panic with social media because we don't know how to handle it yet. We don't know how to deal with the not too beneficial consequences.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping we'll get there, like the way we managed to do TV, radio, the printing press, writing, language. Imagine, we're talking now. We're like the first people to talk. That would have been so. Wow. We're talking.
Wow,
that would have been so revolutionary.
It's the creation of the first.
The first people to talk.
Yeah. I feel like
that would be a good novel if you could write it. How would you even write it? Anyway,
you wouldn't. You'd have to like signal the writing through like hand gestures and picking up rocks and.
I mean, you could write about it, but then how do you imagine? Anyway, it would be interesting.
That would be an interesting one. Yeah.
Cool. It's gonna be 10. So we'll cut this one for now, and then it feels like this is just the preamble to more.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was fun.
Thank you so much for that.
Next one, I want to hear more about you. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.